You ever have one of those days where you're standing in line, phone in one hand, card in the other, and you don't even remember deciding to buy what you're about to pay for? Like, you're already there. The coffee's already made, the total pops up, $6.47, and you think, it's just a few bucks, who cares? Here's the thing. Most people don't go broke because of one big mistake. They don't ruin their financial future with one massive decision. They do it with a small, invisible choice they make every single day, usually without thinking. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, this is about coffee, isn't it? Look, stay with me, because this goes way deeper than that. My name is Alex, and I spend way too much time thinking about money decisions and long-term wealth. If you're someone who feels like you're working hard, saving a little, but still not really getting ahead financially, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, I want to be very clear right up front. This video is not about guilt. It's not about shaming you for spending money, and it's definitely not about never enjoying your life. It is about understanding how one tiny daily decision, about $1, quietly compounds into a six-figure difference over your lifetime. And here's what most people don't realize. The decision isn't what you spend the dollar on. It's how your brain treats the dollar. That's the real problem. The $1 decision, what it really is. When I say the $1 decision, I'm not being literal. I'm talking about this moment. This is small enough that it doesn't matter. That's the decision. That sentence repeated daily is the most expensive sentence in personal finance. Because once your brain labels a cost as too small to matter, you stop tracking it, you stop questioning it, and you stop noticing patterns. And patterns are where money is either made or lost. A quick reality check. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American household spends over $18,000 per year on discretionary expenses, things that are technically optional. That's not rent, that's not insurance, that's not taxes. That's food out, subscriptions, impulse buys, convenience spending, and just this once purchases. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people, when asked, will swear they only do this occasionally. But the math doesn't lie. The math everyone underestimates. Let's do something very simple. Let's say you make one extra $5 convenience decision per day. Coffee upgrade, delivery instead of pickup, impulse snack, subscription you forgot about. $5 per day times 365 days equals $1,825 per year. Now here's where most people stop. They say, okay, $1,800 a year isn't great, but it's not life-changing. But that's because they're ignoring time. If that same $1,825 were invested annually, earning a conservative 7% return, over 10 years, that's roughly $25,000. Over 30 years, you're looking at over $170,000 from $5 decisions. This is where it gets really interesting. Why your brain makes this decision daily. This isn't a math problem, it's a psychology problem. Your brain is wired to discount future rewards, overvalue convenience, and underestimate small repeated costs. Psychologists call this present bias. Your brain would rather have a small reward now than a much larger reward later. That's why saving feels hard, that's why spending feels easy. That's why the future version of you always gets ignored. And here's what most people don't realize. Every time you say, it's just $1, you're training your brain to prioritize present comfort over future freedom. The real cost isn't the money. Let me say something that might sound weird. The dollar itself doesn't matter. What matters is what the dollar represents. Every small spending decision reinforces either two identities. I'm someone who prioritizes comfort now. I'm someone who protects future me. You're voting for an identity daily. And identities shape behavior far more than budgets ever will. Imagine two people.
same age, same income, same city. Person A never tracks small spending. Person B doesn't restrict but pays attention. Person A says, it's just a few bucks. Person B says, do I actually value this? 10 years later, Person A feels like money never sticks. Person B has flexibility, margin, and confidence. Not because Person B never enjoyed life, but because they were intentional. That's the difference. Now, you might be thinking, Alex, are you saying I should never buy coffee or enjoy anything? No, absolutely not. That's not the point. The point is awareness, because here's what most people don't realize. Once you become aware of small decisions, you naturally start optimizing without feeling deprived. You don't cut joy, you cut waste. The $1 decision in real life. Here are some places this decision shows up daily. Choosing convenience by default, not checking subscriptions, ignoring bank statements, rounding up spending mentally, delaying investing because it's a small amount. Each feels harmless. Together, they quietly control your net worth. The compound effect most people miss. What if instead of leaking $5 per day, you redirected $5 per day? $5 per day invested monthly is roughly $150 per month. Over 10 years at 7%, that's about $26,000. But more importantly, you become someone who invests first. And that mindset changes everything. This is where it gets really interesting. Once people start paying attention to small decisions, something surprising happens. They don't just save more, they negotiate more, invest earlier, say no faster, feel calmer about money. Because control feels better than consumption ever will. Actionable steps, simple and immediate. Here's what I want you to do, starting today. Step 1. Pick one daily spending category you don't think about. Coffee, food delivery, apps, snacks, just one. Step 2. Track it for 7 days. No judgment, just awareness. Step 3. Ask one question before spending. Would future me thank me for this? That's it. No budget overhaul, no extreme rules, just consciousness. Why this works? Because you're not fighting willpower, you're changing identity. And identity compounds faster than money ever will. Your financial future isn't decided by your salary. It's decided by your daily defaults. The $1 decision you make today doesn't feel powerful, but repeated 3,650 times over the next decade, it becomes your net worth. If this video made you think even once before spending, that's a win. And if you want more content like this, practical, honest, and actually useful, make sure you're subscribed, because small decisions made consistently change everything. Thumbs up if this video helped you think differently. Subscribe for more money psychology and investing breakdowns. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Future you is counting on present you.